Hello, hello, hello. Today is the 6th of December, 2022. Every 2 weeks we hear from Norm Winski. Norm, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Thanks for having me on your show. I thought we'd start off by reviewing what I said the last time I was on your show. It was November 21, that was a Monday. And over the 18th weekend, we had three event cluster. We had Uranus to the U.S. chart. Anytime we have that, we look at U.S. stocks, T bonds, and U.S. dollar. Then we also had Mercury aphelion. That's Mercury at its farthest point from the sun. And then anytime we have Mercury, we look at the greens, and because it was to the sun, that we look at gold. Then we had Venus, a Venus point there over that weekend too. And anytime we have the Venus markets here: cattle, copper, cotton, sugar, and wheat. And then our next window, we had that was the weekend. Oh, the Thanksgiving holiday, Wednesday night, the 23rd. The holiday was on the 24th. No markets that day, so we'd be looking to do something possibly on Friday's opening, the 25th. We had a new moon over Thanksgiving in Sagittarius, and we've been looking anytime we had new moon, full moon. We look at financials, green, precious metals. We had the moon's north node to the U.S. chart, U.S. stocks, T bonds, U.S. dollar, and we had Jupiter in the sign of Pisces, which is oil. By the way, the stocks, this applies, everything applies to the stock market. Okay, but it turned direct. That's the opposite of retrograde. And that's an important point and major change in trend in oil. And then over the weekend of the December the 2nd, we had Neptune, which is the ruling planet of Pisces. So that's a double whammy for oil. And so we were looking for something to happen there in oil for either of those 2 points. So let's look at the markets now. Here's your corn. We had 2 points, two windows for the corn. We had the Mercury window there. There's a little top there, and you had a chance to make some money. And then you made a little bit nicer top there. It took a couple of days, and then it turned down for a pretty good decline on the corn. We went 50-50 on the beans, our earlier one for the 21st. It just kind of went sideways. So after you would have gotten in on the opening, and so that's a miss for Red Arrow. But this one here, you had a sharp drop the next morning. You had to be quick, but you had a chance to make some money there. All right, here's wheat. It was just going sideways into both of our windows there, so we take a pass. That's a yellow box. Here's the cattle. It's more closer to what we'd like to see, where it goes up, up, up into our window, and then makes a top, and then goes down, down, down. That's obviously a winner. Here's cotton. Cotton, we just went sideways after our change in trend window there, so we counted that as a miss. Then we have sugar that made a top off opening there just after that little high there. And then we went down, 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 so that's a winner. And we have copper doing the opposite. We went down, down, down into our window, and then it went up a little bit, so you had a chance to make some money. Here's silver, rallied into the moon and then declined. That's a winner. Here's gold, just went sideways after our first window, but then it made a top on the moon and then a little bit of a decline there, so you had a chance to make some money. Here's the crude oil, Jupiter in Pisces going direct, was just a day early from that top there. I'm sorry, that bottom there. And by the way, I think crude oil is now retesting this low here from late November at the $74 level, and now it's gone. It went up into early December, and then we just went kind of sideways. So you do nothing, but since then the oil is turned sharply lower. So I can't take credit for that because we didn't do anything there. Okay, S&P going sideways. We do nothing on sideways. So you took a pass there for those 3 points, but then it rallied into the moon and two other points there for the three-pointer there, and then went down. So that was a winner for 3 points. The bonds went up into the moon and our U.S. point there, I believe, and then went sideways. So that was a miss for 2 points, minus 2 points for the T-bonds. But the dollar was very friendly, topped on all three of our points there on the U.S. point there, and then the moon and another U.S. point there, and both of those points worked pretty nicely. Now we're going to get into the currencies. If you like to trade currencies, Pay attention to the moon, and you'll see why here in just a few seconds. Here's the Aussie dollar topping on the new moon, made a short-term top. Had a chance to make some money. Here's the British pound doing the same thing. This is maybe the best one of all. Canadian dollar rallied into the new moon and had a sharp break. After that, here's the euro, made a little short-term top there and a decline. And the yen did nothing. It just went sideways, so that's a miss. And then we had the Swiss franc rallied into the moon and then declined. So if you add up all the green arrows and the red arrows, you got 20 winners, 6 misses out of 26 for 76.92%. And let's see, last night, the 5th, after the close, we had Jupiter lining up with Saturn. And we want to look at the stock market, coffee and copper. And the coffee did move up a little bit today. Copper is still going sideways. And the stock market broke some more this morning, took out this morning's low. So that would probably be counted as a miss. But we're not going to make a final judgment yet until we see another day or two. Possibly, if I were to come back, I will put that in the review. And here's the big thing. The reason I asked Jeff to come on the show now at this time is because tomorrow night we got something really interesting. We have a full moon in the sign of Gemini, and anytime we have a full moon, new moon, you look at your financial green precious metal. But wait, this is not any full moon. This moon is lining up with Mars and several other planets. So I'm just going to read what I got off the internet here. There's a full moon near Mars in the evening of December 7th. The precise moment of the full moon is at 11:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on December 7th. That's 4:08 on Greenwich Mean Time, Universal Time, on the 8th in the wee hours there over the evening as the moon moves past Mars, because both the moon and Mars are in the sign of Gemini. They're close together. So moon's going to pass in front of the Mars for much of North America and Europe. So it'll be like an eclipse. This is known as an occultation as the moon covers up or eclipses Mars. Then around 1 a.m. Eastern Time, that's 5 in the morning on your, 6 in the morning on December 8th for your Greenwich Mean Time, December 8th, Mars reaches its opposition. During opposition, the Sun, Earth, and Mars will form a line with Earth in the middle. So they're all going to be lined up tomorrow night. You might want to go out and look at the moon and look for Mars. It's always usually has a reddish tint to it. So you should be able to find Mars. Look for them. It'll be close to the moon. And then later in the evening, you'll see the moon move in front of Mars, and Mars will disappear if everything I've told you is right. All right, so that's what's happening. So we'll be watching that. And then we have, I've been doing this about 50 years. So I study lots of stuff. I can help you with the astrology, Gann, Elliott wave, cycles, Fibonacci, whatever you like. I have a letter I've been doing for 44 years, and I'm a former Chicago floor trader. So looking forward to helping some of your folks, Jeff. Contact me. I'll give you a free tutorial to answer your questions. Call me. We'll talk on the phone or on Skype. Here I'm in beautiful Naples, Florida, and Winski at embarqmail.com. It's my email, or you can call me at nwinski_1. Looking forward to helping some of your folks, Jeff. Everybody have a great day, and please call right away.
Norm, terrific as always. One of the best track records I've ever seen, and we'll see you back in a couple of weeks.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
Bye-bye.
Bye.